Hi motorcycle fans tuning in. Today's Moto2 race is being held in the hills of Tuscany, where the Italian Grand Prix is about to start. The weather forecasts are very reassuring. We will have sunny weather for the entire duration of the race. Here we are live from the Moto2 class starting grid, where riders and engineers are talking over the last few details before the race.
Hello and welcome to another video, and today, as you can see, we're on Motogp 18 once again for the 2019 mod video. Now obviously, first of all, apologies for not uploading yesterday. I was not feeling too great. You probably hear that still not really that great now, but my voice is actually able to sort of talk for long enough in this video, so that's alright. That's why I didn't make one yesterday. But yeah, you'll probably see a few changes, because that's sort of what I spent today doing. Obviously, the first glaring issue is the first glaring change is the number 11 for Bulega. So it looks quite nice, to be fair, but yeah, it's a pretty easy number to make. Obviously, we've got a couple of other number updates as well. One for Chantra, because obviously if you've played the mod, you'll probably have noticed that he just has a random font, because I couldn't find like actual picture that was like decent, that had like a font, like a consistent font, so I was like, I'll just use a generic one. But he's now got the number he used in the test yesterday, and also his teammate Pratama, I think that's how it's pronounced. Could be pronouncing that wrong. I'm sure I'll get corrected in the comments, because I know probably a lot of you guys are rooting for him. Yeah, he's got the number 20 now, so the number 30. You actually probably can see it on this warm-up lap, because there he is in the centre of the screen. It's also it was pointed out to me that I'd misspelled Bastianini's name when I'd reconstructed the language file, which I don't know how I'd done that, but I missed an I. So because you have to type it right for the key, so I'm not sure how exactly. I must have just missed the I. It's a typo rather than my ability to. And then I just copied the name again for the second entry, so that's why. But enough about all that. Obviously, I chose the Mugello circuit, since, you know, it's the home race for SkyVR 46, home race for Nicolo Bulega. So I thought it might be quite interesting. So yeah, it's also a Moto2 race, so it should be a bit hard, but I guess we'll see.
Not long to go now until the Italian Grand Prix here in Mugello, one of the most challenging and spectacular tracks in the entire championship.
I thought the transition was a bit sooner than that, that's why I went quiet for a while, but the lights are on now, the clutch is pulled in, we're waiting for the lights to go out, and lights out, away we go. We're absolutely revving the shit out of first gear now, we've bogged down a little bit. Up to second, in the slipstream of Nagashima now, in the slipstream of Tom Luthi as well, go flying down towards turn 1. That's one of the Indomitsu bikes just ahead of us as well. Either Chantra, no, it's Pratama. We just had a bit of a screen for us. We just had quite a few riders. You can see Stefano Manzi behind us, right behind Dominic Agata as well. Trying to go around the outside of Locatelli. But no, we're not quite been able to do it. We'll go around the outside quite a few riders. Simone Corsi's had contact, he's fell off. Oh, and there's Jorge Martin and it's Bezecchi. Bezecchi's off as well. So they've gone into the grass. We'll go side by side with Bo Benschneider. Around the outside of Benschneider, around the outside of Ertl. So, no, Ertl going back around the outside. No, we've got Ertl now. Almost a bit of content to pen. Another yellow flag. Oh, it was Bastianini in the middle of the road there. Someone had to brake for that. It was Remy Gardner on the side of Eichel and Quona as well now. Sam Lowe's is now the rider in front of us. In 7th place, Sam Lowe's. We're going around the outside of Augusto Fernandez. A bit of contact between Lowe's and Binder. Got on the side of Lowe's. On the side of a bit of contact with Binder. We're past Binder now. So Vierge is now the next. I just absolutely butchered his name. Vierge is how it's pronounced. We couldn't quite get past him there. We're coming into our least favourite corner. Augusto Fernandez has now fell off as well through Scarparia. Oh, Brad Binder comes right to the back. Brad Binder! Whoa, a bit of contact with Brad Binder, but what an amazing run from Binder there. He's got back up into 6th position. He's weaving all over the place, actually. Bit weird. Tom Luthi passes Jorge Martin. Trying to go on the outside, but we couldn't quite do it. We're out a bit hot. We're vulnerable to the inside, but we're using first gear, staying at our wide. So we cut into the chicane where the AI have a bit of a problem through Biondetti 1 and 2. They've all gone off the track pretty much. Avoiding Zoe Vierge. We're past him now, so we're now behind Fabio Di Gianantonio. Obviously he's with the speed up team for this season. There's another crash. Oh, Pratama's down now. Odenar passes Manzi in the background, and obviously Fernandez gets ahead of Protamos, just fell off. Roberts has passed Martin as well, so Martin is still sort of in there, but he's about 20th. Power, he's passed Nagashima as well, but in the slipstream of Digi Antonio going down towards turn 1. We're going to have an attack on the brakes, braking nice and late. We're going for the inside, but we're going on the curb a little bit, almost on the grass. We've pushed Digi a little bit wide. We're on the inside. We've got the power. We're past him now. Up into P4. Schrotter is the next target. Oh, Digi's flown back up the inside. So Digi's back up into 4th position now. We're on the inside, but Digi swoops around the outside. So amazing move there. He's definitely picking up from where the other Fabio left off. See Quattraro and the speed up as well, being pretty impressive this season. So we're 2 tenths behind him currently. We're trying to close right to the back of Digi Antonio. We're flying down towards one of the hardest corners on this circuit, really. There's obviously Casanova and then Savelli. We ran really wide through Casanova. We got really tight line through Savelli, but it's not really worked out for us. So we've actually lost a bit of time completely off the circuit there. In MotoGP, that would be definitely real life. You definitely have to give a place back for that. We're right up behind Digi Antonio still. Having a look into Arabiata 2, but that was never really going to work. We have closed it slightly, and Jorge Navarro on the other speed up has now fallen off. So this race is full of crashes. Suggests to me that the AI are not very good at the circuit, although we did see like all of them go off the track at one corner. So, you know, Martin, was that Martin into 11th there, did I just read? I'm not really 100% sure, but we're closing to the back of Digi Antonio, trying to get around the outside, but not quite being able to do it. We're using first gear trick once again to get out of the corner. Marini's in 20th, so I think he might have got involved with the Martin, and I've absolutely stumbled over my words. Bit of a screen freeze. Not really sure what's gone on there, but we have got the inside of Digi Antonio on the flick back there. So I was talking about Luca Marini. So it took me by surprise a little bit. I played this race beforehand, and I still forgot that I did that to him. But yeah, on the flip flop, we just got a much better run in the mid corner, and we just sort of touched him a little bit, but just slid up his inside. So now we are about to start. We're starting the final lap now. We are behind Marcel Schrotter. And what I was going to say, obviously, was that Marini may have been caught up in the incident with Martin. In fact, Martin was in 11th, so Martin was 10th over the line. But Marini might have been caught up in the collision between Martin and Bezecchi, obviously. We're closing right to the back of Marcel Schrotter. We're all over the back of him. Calix versus Calix. Trying to get on the inside to Poggio Secco, but we couldn't quite do it. Trying to get on the power nice and early. Use some slipstream, so we go flying down towards next corner. Up the inside of Marcel Schrotter. No, not quite been able to do it. We're flicking it over to Borgo San Lorenzo, using all the revs that we've got. We're going alongside him. So we brake now for Casanova once again. He rides around the outside through Casanova. We've swooped up his inside around the outside through Savelli. But we're able to get us back here. Almost a bit of contact there. Really close, but we've dispatched him now as we go to Arabiata 1. Can we do Alex Marquez? That's the true thing. Chantra passes Bezecchi further down the order. We are half second behind Alex Marquez, and obviously we do know that the AI are pretty weak through the chicane, through obviously the Biondetti chicane. So through Palagio, is that how it's pronounced? Not 100% sure. Bezecchi and Chantra having an absolute battle in the background. Powie and Luti as well. So the AI, oh, in fact, Bezecchi's down once again, so not going well for Bezecchi on that KTM. Still through the Biondetti chicane, running right out onto the gravel. In fact, that was a bit exceeding trail limits right there. We've closed right to the back of Marquez. We've completely overshot into Buccini. I think that's it. That's any attempt gone. Digi Antonio drops down to 6th position. So that's unfortunate of him. In fact, now 7th. So not quite going well for the speed up rider. We're in the slipstream of Alex Marquez, flying towards the line. It's not going to be enough, but as a hard fought P3 from the back of the grid. Obviously, it's a lot harder to get through the pack in 3 laps in a Moto2 race. But yeah, 1 second off the win. It's not too bad. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall see you in the next one.
This rider could have gone further today. It's definitely a result which bodes well for future races.